We may all be familiar with Santa Claus, but maybe not so much with St. Nicholas, because there's little known about the true history of him. Legends abound. He was Bishop of Myra in what is present-day Turkey. He was present at the Council of Nicaea in 325. This is all that is known of his true background, except that he died around 350 AD. He is the patron saint of children, of pawnbrokers, and of sailors. People believe that his Santa Claus persona is what makes him the patron saint of children, but his link to children is hundreds of years older than the story "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." One legend has it that once while traveling, he stopped at an inn for the night. The innkeeper, proud to be able to entertain a bishop, declared that he would serve Nicholas a splendid meal featuring meat delivered fresh that day. Bishop Nicholas pushed the innkeeper aside and went straight to the kitchen. In the middle of the room was a large wooden tub of freshly butchered meat. Without saying a word, Nicholas made the sign of the cross over the tub. The meat vanished, and in its place appeared 3 little boys whom the innkeeper had murdered and planned to serve his guests. There are many paintings, statues, and stained glass windows from the Middle Ages and the Renaissance that depicts St. Nicholas, and you're likely to see him with 3 resurrected little boys. Another legend has it that a widowed merchant and 3 daughters lived in Myra. The merchant's business fell on hard times. To support his family, he sold all of his valuables. With no hope of providing his daughters with a dowry and no longer able to feed them, the poor man feared that his daughters would be forced to become prostitutes in order to support themselves. About this time, the story of the impoverished family reached St. Nicholas. Late one night, he took a bag of gold coins and walked to the merchant's home, where he tossed the sack of gold through an open window. The merchant and his daughters were astonished by the windfall. The same thing happened the next night. Another bag of gold coins came sailing through the open window. Finally, on the 3rd night, the family was ready. As the bag flew into the house, they pulled open the front door and rushed outside, where they found Bishop Nicholas. Weeping for joy and gratitude, they kissed the saint's hands. He had given them enough to rebuild the merchant's business and provide dowries for all 3 daughters. In Europe, there are over 2,000 churches dedicated to him. In Holland, he was known as Sinterklaas and became associated with gift giving at Christmas time. Sinterklaas became Santa Claus, and the Christian origins of the legend were forgotten. In Spanish, the name or the word Santa means saint, like in Santa Barbara, Santa Monica, Santa Anita. So with a little imagination, Santa Claus could be a derivation of St. Nicholas. Thought to leave with you. The simple generosity of a person lives on and is echoed through the centuries, inspiring others to a like generosity. Thus, the influence of a holy life. Not only do the saints become immortal in heaven, they also become immortal on earth by their imperishable memory.